To add a jog or joggle, depending on what you call it, we first need to add a sketch line, just like you would in a sketched bend. And then we can choose the jog tool. And we'll be asked to choose a fixed face as our first option. And typically you want to select the inside face so you're not rotating your entire sheet metal part. We have several options. We can change the radius. We can change the offset of the jog as well as the end condition, so we can use an up to vertex surface or offset from surface as well if we have something to reference off of. And by default this is dimension from the face we chose to the top of the jog, but we can also choose the inside or the overall length. We can also set up the positioning, just like most of the other sheet metal features, to be centered, to have the material on the inside, outside, as well as the bend on the outside. With jogs, one of the things you'll want to keep in mind is that if you're using the material inside option, that you need a certain spacing from the line to whatever the break point is going to be, so that the radius doesn't conflict with this edge or this side of the part, for example. So you can see if we select the centerline option or the material inside option that the preview doesn't show up because this feature is going to fail. And we have to move out to the bend outside to get this to work. So in this case, if we just modify the spacing, we should be able to use each of these options. We can also change the angle of the jog. And with jogs, you can also create the starting sketch at an angle. So if we wanted this first bend to be angled, we can set that up, and it'll take on whatever angle we choose. The last thing to point out about the jog is that jog features can't be mirrored as a feature. So if we wanted to mirror these two over to the other side, we'd have to mirror the entire body. So for example, if we knew we wanted this to be symmetrical, we could come in and split the part. And just delete out this extra body. And then come in and mirror the entire body. But once again, if you were to try to mirror this as a feature, it'll give you an error message. So just keep that in mind when working with the jog feature. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and delete out the mirrored feature. And you can also create a jog in a corner if you want as well. And to do this, I would actually have to go back before the split. And then just draw out that line once again. So you can do quite a few things with the jog feature. It's a pretty robust feature. But that is how you use the jog feature.